Hello boys, my name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my bonus episode playthrough series of Pokémon Legends Arceus for Nintendo Switch, trying to get all Pokémon, in case you didn't already notice. In the last video, we left off doing some other stuff and trying to get other stuff. Or I guess more or less we were catching Pokémon, but we began working on a quest in particular that involved catching 3 specific Pokemon, which we have right here: Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, all of them in a row. We got their research levels up to 10 each, or at least attempted to, which we did finish, thankfully. So we got that done. So with that now completed, we are almost done with some stuff here. But now we need to actually get our stuff done in order to finish off other things. The big thing we need to do, actually, is talk to a specific character after seeing all of the Pokemon and or getting it up to level 10. Because we needed that as part of a request, and we didn't initially have a choice of where to go, but we found ways to complete it later. Apparently, I have to go all the way to Ancient Retreat once we're done. That's interesting. I know that Ancient Retreat was where it was, but okay. Alright, Kaida. I've arrived. You know much about Landorus, Tornadus, and even Thundurus. Well done. In normal times, I would bid you let those free fly as in their nature, but as we are yet fresh from the terrain of space-time left until its after effects fade entirely, perhaps it's better to keep our trio contained. And now it's time to tell you the rest. What is it? There is one more of that cohort. Come. This is Enamorous, a Pokemon hailed as the Herald of the Spring. Enamorous is not particularly given to ill behavior, but I imagined you like to document her for your Pokedex, would you? Catch her then if you like. She always flirts about in the Crimson Mirelands. So, all of that basically activates our thing to go for catching that particular Pokemon, which catching those 3 from before gave us the opportunity to do this. But there are still some other requests we could do. More specifically, these encounters that we haven't done yet. So we need to get these done now. So let's go to Maigen. Our last item of research is to look into massive mass outbreaks in the Alabaster Icelands. Let's finish this together. And yes, I'm ready. So again, another 3 stuff needs to be done. Encounters need to be found. And I'm looking a little bit cold. Cold here seems to cut right through you. What are you two doing here? I came to advise you that the massive mass outbreaks seen here in the Alabaster Iceland seem slightly different than the others. Except during rainstorms in our areas, but in here they seem to be tied to blizzards. Blizzards, you say? Could be the cold environment, of course, but I have to wonder if there's more to it. We better get to it. I think we should look into more outbreak locations than usual this time. Better get started. Basically, our scope of investigation has a lot to ask at this point. And even for someone with your skill, Yoshi, it'll take a long time to check so many areas by yourself. If I'm here to help out, then, is it? And I suppose even Leon might even be of so I appreciate it. This will be your first time investigating these outbreaks, won't it, you two? Try not to overstrain yourselves. Certainly. Summing up, Yoshi will focus on just 3 areas as she's been doing to now. Meanwhile, Siligio and I will handle the remaining areas. Well, if you math there, little man, you left me out of the equation. You can do basic math, can you? I don't know how to subtract 2 from this assignment for stars. I'll finish all the remaining errors on my own. You'd need factor in. Alright, and there they go. I can't tell if they hate each other or they're both enjoying this. I've never imagined they ever would have crossed paths if it hadn't been for you. For now, let's focus on investigating the outbreaks here in the Alice Lands. Now we're ready. Where's Mai on this spot? There she is. Alright. Alright, let's see. Okay, we can get some more if we go to this Ralts location. And there are 2 special ones in here and here. Well, we're gonna go for the one that has the... as the berry next to it first, since we can get more stuff by doing that. Now, as Ralts is a less aggressive Pokemon, I'm gonna try and capture it just using normal strats. There it is. Found him. Smacked it in the back before it got away. Since we have so many berries, we can throw pretty much endless streams of these to get them caught. Alright, that one's gone. Okay. Trying to get as many caught as I can. Oop. That was very early, and it still worked. Literally doing nothing but spamming berries and trying to catch them, since battling them would really not make a big difference. Alright. Alright, we got A single Aguav berry after all of that. Not actually what I was expecting, but whatever. Got that done. Well, since we more or less battled these guys, caught these more or less non-stop, we seem to have all the requests done that I know of. Oh, hello, Glade. This is an even stronger Glade than I saw last time. 82 is one of the highest numbers I've seen in a while. It did the weird trick where at first it spotted me and then it decided not to spot me. I don't know what the heck that was. Now it spotted me. Because of that, I have to run immediately if I want to catch it the normal way. I honestly like this big cheese, just being able to run away from it, like more than 50 feet away from it. Walk over, jump back, and then head back at it from a different angle to just reset its threat. It's a big cheese strategy that allows you to effectively capture any Pokemon that is alpha without having to battle them, which is good because trying to battle a level 80 Glade would almost never work. If not even close to working. Macked it. Ha! Got it before it could see me. Oh, hello, shiny. Oh! And after all of that... Hello. Oh, this is awkward. I wasn't able to battle it using the same moves that I usually use. Yeah. Whatever, let's just hit it, please, so I can get into a battle with it. This is a regular Glade, by the way. Just kind of chilling here. Sorry, by the way, if that was a little bit bad, but I kind of freaked out when I saw a shiny Pokemon, tried to lure it over, and then accidentally hit. I thought it was going to run away, but it seems like Curlia is one of those aggressives that will just attack you anyway. Alright, well, time to take out all these other ones, obviously. Let's go back to also what I was initially planning on doing. Which, actually, since they're weaker, I could use Botam a bit to gain some levels on his stats. Let's do that. Oh, we could use Shadow Ball with him, too. Nice. That's a good way to take that out, too. Why not? So Curlia is kind of like a mid-aggressive Pokemon. It may still run away, but it doesn't run away when you hit it with stuff. In fact, hitting it with stuff causes it to try and strike you back. Alright, where is the other one? Okay, it's staying quite a bit, which is always nice. And yes, Rotom is a good ghost Pokemon that I'll probably keep for a while. Ooh, we got a new horde of Gallades. Funnily enough, that's one we don't need because if you remember, one of our characters we grinded up a lot is Gallade. But if you were going for max, obviously it'd be really good. But since we don't need it, I think Mischievous is probably the one I'm actually going to go for next, because I can't remember if Mischievous is fully completed or not. Mischievous is kind of an awkward one to do. Okay, well, no, I've kind of gotten it, but it's ran away so many times, I haven't defeated it much. So you know what, I'll use this time to work on... Actually, wait. I don't know. Yeah, Mischievous is probably the rarest of them. It'd be simpler to just go for that. We'll battle using the Ghost type. Battle with Ghost type moves, why not? Don't have to battle it in anything else, it seems. Mischievous should be in this cave right here. There it is, and there's a Mischievous with it. Yeah. None of them are even close to battling. That's a bit annoying. Well, I'm gonna have to lure them out one by one. Oh, hello. Well, let's just battle you and see what happens. This is a very terrible spot to just fight it normally on its own. It's also an odd move for it to use right off the bat, but whatever. That'll happen sometimes. Alphas are a bit stronger, so I'm gonna have to use some stronger moves on it. Oh, or it'll just crit. Okay, I have a normal Magius that's nearby. I'll just capture that instead. That'll be my backup. Alright. We have to get rid of all the others first, and it's not really easy to do. And speaking of which, that regular Magius just kind of ran away. It was there, and now it's not. Dang it. I was hoping to find it. That got catch it too. Alright. Got it to stay. What we really need is a Mischievous normal. Maybe if we kill them enough, we can get a new horde to appear. That'd be nice. They have some really high levels on them, by the way. All 60 each. Good grief. Oh darn it, it's gone completely. Sorry, I was hoping to actually get that Mischievous. That crit probably was not good for me. Whatever. That's annoying. We'll just have to though. But now that I know where that is, maybe I could try and find out where it naturally goes. Let's see. Oh, it's not even normally found there. It's found in Stonetooth Groves. Well, since I missed that, I'm gonna go and get that next. After I finish up the other request. So you finish checking the 3 areas you are charged with in the Icelands. I've gotten word from Melly too. Says he's about to wrap it out. Leon said he and Melly worked together to investigate the last outbreak. Well, it seems we're done here. You all worked tirelessly to investigate all across Hishui, but we still don't know what causes these massive mass outbreaks, and they pose a threat to anyone without strong partners at their side. Nice if these outbreaks didn't put anyone in danger, but things rarely work out that easily. Perhaps these outbreaks are someone's way of telling us that we must better understand the Pokemon which we share vast Hishui. Yeah, I could get behind that idea. Alright. But for now, we better get going if we want to make it on time. Come along, you two. These are all part of a new update, by the way, and it looks like we get forced into the professor, or to report our Pokemon to the professor. Okay. That's a free, setup if I have seen one before. These are all new, by the way, as part of a new update. These weren't initially available in the base game, but by updating the game, you can get these new requests to appear. This is the place. Hit the perfect time. What do you think? It's beautiful. This lovely space given to us by Maggie Palkia, and a fleeting time Maggie Dialga gave us. Such a beautiful view is only possible because we have both together. Hishui means so much to me. My love for it is as vast as the land itself. Tell me, Yoshi, did you enjoy surveying this land once again? It was a lot of fun. Was it? I suppose I always fairly to have a mystery to delve into. I enjoyed it too. Heard these massive mass outbreaks trigger some kind of reaction in your Munchlax, Mai. Is he doing alright? He seems fine. Pokemon rain mysterious creatures to us. Who's to say how he does it? I'm just grateful for him to helping us finding the outbreaks and telling us what we'll find at each. Reminds me, I've spread the word about that the people of Hishui should be alert for massive mass outbreaks during rainstorms. Thanks for the idea, Rydia. Hopefully no more Pulsars will rot into one unpaired and take a beating. Seems like our lives are gonna keep on changing, and we'll keep on adapting just as fast. An ever-changing history. Tell me, Yoshi, think the people of Hishui will live in Pokemon? Maybe they'll battle in gyms? Gyms? What is a gym, and why would you battle in one, Yoshi? Say they're places where you can challenge a skilled battler to prove you're better? Interesting. I'd like to be the one who deems a challenger worthy. Well, whatever may come of the future, aren't we lucky to have been born into such fascinating, fast-changing times? You said it. Not that change is always good, and there'll always be people who don't want change at all, but hey, that's life. We'll just have to work hard and push on, and I'm glad we view with us as we do it, Yoshi. Thank you for everything. You certainly have some curious ideas, but that's no surprise coming who fell out of the sky. We may have finished our investigations for now, but Munchai and I will continue to help however we can. Yoshi, these outbreaks truly are just a gift for Almighty Sinnoh. A gift meant you for all the good changes you've brought to all of us here in Hishui. Oh, so that was just like a cutscene and a half there. Give some good items though, my goodness. So, completing all of that leads into another cutscene request, which after you finish, basically finishes off the main portion of the game as far as that's concerned. And triggers are so. Welcome back, Yoshi, and fine work of history. Pardon me this imposition, but would you follow me to the training grounds? Alright, this is the big part I mentioned. Also the trickier part. I called you here for one very specific reason. I wish us to have you try your hand at a new form of Pokemon. I used to think Pokemon were terrifying creatures. You helped me see otherwise. Still, there are some people in the village who now enjoy battling with Pokemon. More and more of us now see Pokemon as allies. So for that very reason, I'd like to continue to further your trailblazing. I believe that taking part in a new form of battle will help deepen our understanding of Pokemon. So, to battle, what does your partner desire? What is your opponent thinking? I believe you have the ability to sense these things, and we will do our best to learn as well. Difficult request we have for you, but I'm sure you're up to the challenge. You may ask Indigo here for a more detailed explanation. I'll leave the rest to you, Indigo. Know when you're ready to try and at these new battles. So, you can go... So, now you can just pick regular Poke Battles against Pokemon to randomly do stuff against them. But, there's also other things you can do as well. Have you tried any of Indigo's Path to Solitude battles yet? Actually, no. The Path of Solitude, a chance to master the art of battling with a single Pokemon. Tough Pokemon with just one Pokemon, your party feels like you're reaching for the stars. You really gotta know your Pokemon well so you can come up with the best strategy. No, I gotta request you. They say the Path of Solitude is tough to beat, but that is exactly what I'd like to see you do. I'd like to give it a go myself. These sort of battles are just way above my level. Not finished yet. Still more. So we are suddenly given all these Path of Solitudes, which we have to get. Once you completed the Path of Solitude with any of Pokemon I just mentioned, come show me the mark of your Pokédex. So you can talk to him as well. And give you a suggestion. But anyways, yes, the Path of Solitude is basically a hidden encounter where you have to go through and battle Pokemon, or battle opponents, with only a single Pokemon in your party, and it has to be a specific thing. This is actually why I did all the grinding to begin with. This was just to prepare myself for Path of Solitude. And I obviously don't have enough time to do all of these, but I will at least prep for them each appropriately. Rotom's also one of them. So anyways, I'm going to dump all my main Pokemon in here, and then the Path of Solitude user that I use, I will use other stuff. I'm going to use Bidoof and Eevee first because they're the simplest ones to do, but also kind of the toughest to master. This is just to give you an idea on how tough Path of Solitude actually is. So we have to talk to him with only a single Pokemon. Select Path of Solitude. Path of Solitude will pit one of your Pokemon against Pokemon of my choosing. What will you do? Accept. You ready to begin? Alright. Very well. Let Bidoof's Path of Solitude begin. All aboard. So we have to face random Pokemon in battle. And that's about all we can do. But we need stats in order to do this properly, otherwise it could be pretty difficult. So, the key here is not actually do any attack stats or anything. It's just using stat moves to ensure Bidoof can survive a long time, and then use a move at random to do a lot of damage. After finding out a lot of stuff, the only move that seems to work well is Ice Beam. This is because Eevee has a lot of special defense, so it's not going to be easy to take down. But if we build up its defense a lot, then we can survive a bit longer. The main reason we actually used Bidoof in a specific way or buffed all the stats was We want to get its defense as high as possible, as Eevee will more or less use nothing but attacking moves. So anytime it uses one of those, it'll not do as much damage. And the only way to really win effectively, while you can do other moves, is to use Ice Beam, because you also have a chance of randomly getting Frostbite as well. Beyond that, you pretty much have to get, come here at a very specific level, otherwise you get screwed. Thankfully, we had more than enough to defeat it, so there we go. A victory. And yes, I can't evolve it. That's why I didn't evolve it. Most splendid. Bidoof has reached the final station on its path of solitude. Add a mark signifying its victory to the page for Bidoof in your Pokédex. So that's how you can do that. And allow me to present you with this prize for having completed the path of solitude. XP candies. Nice. I knew you could do it. What a thrill to see your Pokemon best the path of solitude like that. But yeah, as you can see, you can get lots of stuff going for this. Unfortunately, not all of them are going to be easy. Some are going to be more difficult, and others will be kind of, yeah. So the reason why Path of Solitude is so tough and why I actually am grinding so much is, not only do you need a specific level for it, but you basically need it to be ready to the point where your Pokemon is not only a high level, but knows exactly the strategy to use against a particular Pokemon, because if you don't have that, it'll not work. In fact, yeah, that's lots of things we have to do. So, in the case of Eevee, it's basically the same as before with the buffing, but I'm buffing its special defense instead of its defense, because the opponent I'm about to face now will use more or less defense moves. Now, I may tell you, I tried a long time to try and get natures on this Pokemon to make it easier, but I couldn't really find a good one. So, anyways, if you're wondering what these things actually do, well, there are random natures that'll just randomly do stuff through going through other stuff. And the game expects you to only have a specific nature or whatever. I just took anything that wasn't a special defense reducing nature and kind of just left it at that, because I didn't want it to take forever. One thing I will do, though, as a buff, before I actually go into battle a bit quickly, is to buff its speed in particular. Let's see. Let's buff its speed before I do anything else. I know we could buff other stuff or not buff other stuff to save grid items, but I prefer to do other stuff. The big thing I have, though, is, you see, I have Mimic on it, and it's not initially the best move to use, but you'll see that it'll be a bit more intense. Anyways, with that in mind, accept the challenge. Path of Solitude Eevee. This is a bit more difficult. This might require up to level 70. I know it requires at least 60. Trying to do it any lesser will kind of mess you up. And the opponents get stronger as you go along. So now we have this really feisty looking Zoroark. Okay, good. It went for Snarl right off the bat. So the strategy here is to Mimic, which will steal its move for our own, and then we could just use that to beat it. That's about it. But it kind of hurts when it does that a lot. So now we're using its move against it. Unfortunately, not much can be done in terms of helping out with other stuff. In fact, let me actually... Let's see... Can we even use items? Yeah. Path of Solitude does not allow you to use items. I just showed that off because, well, yeah. It losing some stats is actually kind of nice. Oh, but then it returned its stats to normal. Alright. Now, there is some RNG you have to deal with as well, but thankfully we got through it. Both of those were actually a lot easier than I thought, because initially when you do it, it feels impossible. That's what makes Path of Solitude so difficult, because it is a single Pokemon. If I didn't have those stats up, I would die almost immediately. Most splendid. Eevee has reached its final station. Indeed, it did. I like that you battle Indigo from Black and White as your trainer, which I think is really cool. Also, I should probably show what that actually does. Let's actually look at this now and see if there's a shiny thing on it. Where is it? There! Okay, so it has like this shiny, weird, like, ball effect like that in the middle of the farm. That lets you know that it's completed the Path of Solitude, which is actually pretty cool. Obviously, doing that with every single Pokemon will take way too long. Beyond that, though, not much else to do, really. But anyway, the reason why it's so difficult, I kind of discovered the reason why Pokemon are doing so much damage. In order to really do any soul challenge with any Pokemon, you have to max out its stats as fast as you possibly can. Not only that, but you want to max its defense in particular a lot, because rather than gaining effort levels in the same way as you usually do stuff, you gain effort levels by either battling at random, or sometimes they'll have them already installed. And then, to get it the rest up of the way, you have to use these grit items, which can only be found by catching multiple Pokemon and then releasing them, catching multiple Pokemon and releasing them over and over again. And until you do that, you can't really do anything else. But the reason why it's so important is because without good stats, your Pokemon kind of dies really quickly, which you saw was happening to my Samurott quite a bit. Not just that, you probably want around level 9 to 10 stats. Jeez. Level 9 to 10 stats. 10 being the highest effort level. If you want to stand a chance at doing a solo challenge, because without that, yeah, they kind of get destroyed. It's not required for every single Pokemon, but more specifically for Path of Solitude, you'll want that out before you even attempt it. Otherwise, you'll get pretty screwed. But there you have it. That's basically Path of Solitude in a nutshell. It's a single Poke Battle, which seems like it should be simple, but it's not. In fact, it's probably the opposite, really. It's, if not, probably one of the most difficult things you could attempt in this game in general. And yes, that's the first time in a while that I've switched out my Samurott. I mentioned I usually never switch it out. But, yeah, I kind of threw a curveball here because I wanted to do other stuff. But now we're finally done with that, I guess. I actually don't really need Tornadus and Thundurus anymore. Nor Landorus, so I'll just keep one of them for now and maybe bring them back for the Enamorus Koch, but I'm not going to do that until much later. In fact, I might just save Enamorus this time as my last Pokemon. But there you go. Within a minute, bam, multiple Paths of Solitude appear. And there's also other requests you can do as well. Rexy's Witch. There's other various stuff as well. But beyond that, not much else we can do. Oh, we have a massive mass outbreak. Okay, so now that we've gone through the game and done some other stuff, massive versions of mass outbreaks can now occur randomly. So it seems getting through and completing the Daybreak request is what causes them to now appear in the world at random. They'll appear alongside regular mass outbreaks. I think I know why they did this as well, so that they could make finding certain Pokemon easier. You can use Agok berries to scope them out if you want, though it's not always recommended. Smacked it right in the back. Alright. Alright, it's almost done. Oh, we need to evolve it. into Probopass, which we've not done yet. Now, once we actually do look at stuff, we probably won't necessarily go for every Pokemon again, because we don't need to literally catch every single Pokemon. Really, the point of these massive mass outbreaks was, as the game mentioned, to get research tasks done. So that's what I'm going to start doing now. Running around trying to find good ones that'll be good for research tasks. And then kind of do other stuff. Beyond that, there's not a lot we can really do right now in anything. Oh. That'd be really epic if we could actually hit it from all the way down there, but not gonna happen. Gabite and some Gible in a pack. I don't think I've even gotten a good, really high Gabite for stuff, so let's try catching it again. Alright. We need to defeat it with ice stuff. Thankfully, one of our Pokemon here, Rotom, needs ice moves usages anyway. Well, let's get some of them here. Ice type is quad effective against it, obviously, so it goes down very quickly. Not sure if I necessarily need to use it on all of them, but I'll try and get other stuff. Oh, funnily enough, that one doesn't work for that, but you can get it by defeating them with Dragon-type moves, funnily enough. Alright. I haven't really defeated much of them. Okay, Gible is aggressive, for sure. It seems. Good hits so far. I'm trying to pay attention to how much I need to complete a specific spot of the Pokedex, but it's kind of tricky to get done sometimes. We have so many Oran Berries, we can kind of just use those to lure the Pokemon. That one already spotted me. I'll have to... Alright. The big problems that really do a lot of damage to you in this game, if you were to die to anything, would probably happen because you either fought too many of them at once, or you fight a really strong one like the alphas, like you've probably seen hundreds of. We should continue and press on to defeat all of them so that we can encounter others. We also need to have our friend Gabite use Dragon Claw over and over again. Oh, I forgot. I have Ice Beam of Samurai. I can use that as well. Let's do that. Right. Now what? We have... Alright, it's more than done, but I'm gonna continue battling it to do other stuff. And while I'm actually doing this, Gible doesn't run away, it seems. He's aggressive. I'll just use Dragon Claw with him right now. A few times. And that should get the rest of Gabite's problems dealt with. Alright. There we go. Darn it, it vanished. I was hoping to get a Gabite, an extra Gabite along with other stuff, but whatever. Well, now if we see it use it one more time, we'll be done with Gabite for now. This Garchomp almost the same, except it needs to be defeated with Fairy-type moves for some reason. That's an odd choice. It's also a choice I might not be able to make, since I can't find it otherwise. Oh, hello, Abomasnow and or whatever else you are. They had something odd, I thought. Defeated with Fire-type moves and other stuff. Wait, if I want to be smarter, then I should remove one of our weaker Pokemon. Exchange it for, the Ninetales, so I could find which is over here, and I initially wanted to create a full unknown segment, and then I didn't really get a chance to do it. I also realized this is around a 30 almost Pokedex. Unknown's only 28, so it won't fill up the entire box, but I promise to you I will have it ready by the next video. Basically what I'm saying is just a literal box full of every single unknown you can catch. Because why not? And while we're here, we're gonna look at other requests that appear as we go on. Dartrix? Dartrix? Normally I would catch that, but, yeah, that's not really useful. Quite an interesting thing, though. Is actually probably one of the rarer sightings, but I don't need to go for it right now. What's this? Elekid. Okay, we need Elekid a little bit, I think, still. I can never tell if we need more or not. Oh yeah, exactly one level. Fortunately, we can't defeat them, so... I'll just have to battle this one. Whatever, I'll just yellow ball them. No. I haven't done many battles where I just catch them in the battle, because I'm usually so used to just taking them out that I get a bit bored after a bit, but yeah, I would need to catch them. So I'll yellow ball if I need to. Now Elekid's complete. Alright, that was convenient. We got that done. Now we have to go in and get to the Pokemon that is Snover with Fire-type moves. As well as we need to figure out exactly how to defeat that Abomasnow, but in the meanwhile, attempt to defeat Stover with fire-type moves over and over again. In the meanwhile, use Flamethrower with Ninetales. What actually do we need to get it complete a bit quicker? Oh, just one more caught. Whatever, we'll catch actually one of these specific ones. Hello, it appeared right away. I'm trying to get a look at about Abomasnow just to see exactly where. Oh, it needs fire type moves as well. Okay, never mind. Don't have a good setup for it. Darn it, it turned around before I could hit it in the back. So it counted as a not attack, whatever. Guess we'll just battle this. But I'll defeat Abomasnow first, because it's the more deadly Pokemon. It nearly got in the way of my flamethrower there. If that was actually a way we could potentially kill them to add it, that'd be cool, I guess. Well, the rainstorm's about to clear up, so the only other thing I should do is just battle them over and over again. Fire Blast, since I need to get PP usage for that. I will say the main thing these outbreaks are best for is completing parts of your Pokédex. I also found out, by the way, Lucario's a bit more rare than I initially thought. You can only fight it in a thunderstorm or blizzard or whatever in the Alabasta Icelands, in that precise area that I went to. Unless you have a storm up, Lucario will not actually spawn. So I'm actually kind of glad now that I caught it when I did. Because that is a rarer Pokemon than I was initially anticipating. Which brings me to believe we're probably going to need to get him up to max level as well. I'm not determined to let this video go just yet. Let's see if we can't find another Alpha. Actually need to defeat other alphas anyway. Find the Steelix maybe, or find something else. Gonna have to go close to this. Oh, we need to catch it, but we could do the battle strat, I guess. Let's do that. Often the best way of catching Pokemon that are hard to catch in certain areas is just throw a single ball at them while they're in battle and hope for the best. Okay, good. It's a good thing I did that. We definitely did not attack that at all. And we still need to battle Rhyhorn a bit too. And probably catch it a bit more too. Alright. Let's see. It needs a couple more catches and a single heavy specimen. Alright. And we need... I could just have it use Double Edge. Oh, there's a good one where I could stun it using items. Well, I know what I'm doing now. I should need to find one, obviously. Whoa. Where did I go? It's not what I wanted to open up to. There, Steelix. We need fire-type moves on it, and, no stunning. That's what I was looking at. Jeez, that thing's like a heat-seeking missile. And it just attacks non-stop from the looks of it. Well, that makes it particularly dangerous. Hopefully we kill it in one hit. Alright, it's gone. Thank goodness. Alright. That was a bit scarier than I needed it to be. Alright, where's the Rhyhorn? We need to stun it using items. And then probably catch it even. So, again, if somebody is wondering how you attack using items, you pretty much have to attack them non-stop. And then if you hit them, they'll be stunned for a couple moments. And if you use that to then attack them, you can do other stuff. Unlike some other effects, you can actually farm up the stunned while used items effect really quickly, in case you didn't already notice. Which also shows off kind of a really interesting strategy, because when you stun them with an item, and they are aggressive, you're normally blocked from using any balls on them. But if you stun them with an item, as you can see, they'll actually kind of lose that effect, and the thing will drop down to like a Pokemon thing, or basically the icon will change, indicating that you can actually throw a ball at it during that to catch it, which opens up yet another strategy to both either hit them in the back to start a battle with them more easily, or you can use it to hit them in the back with other stuff. Or, I guess more specifically, if you stun them and hit them in the back with a Pokeball, you can catch them more easily. That's what I was trying to go with. Cannot say stuff properly, though. But there you have it. That is the Path of Solitude stuff. I will say I am not ready for Magikarp's Path of Solitude, but thankfully that's pretty simplistic, just really annoying, really. You just need a lot of defense. And I mean a lot of defense. Since Magikarp only really knows Splash, you can't really deal with it other stuff. Thankfully, I will tell you, the Magikarp one isn't actually as scary as you initially think. The only move the opponent uses is self-destruct / explosion. And if you remember correctly, self-destruct or explosion will kill out that opponent in 2 uses of the move. So if I survive 2 moves, I just win outright. The problem is getting the right Magikarp for that setup is crazy. And yes, if I remember correctly, the opponent you defeat with that particular setup is also the one you have to fight with just Magikarp. And while there are probably other Path of Solitudes, I'd much rather get to other stuff instead. So with that in mind though, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you like, you enjoy, comment, rate, subscribe, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.